Hey ladies, so it's now fall. So, you know your foundation routine's gonna change from summer until fall, right? Because during summertime, you don't want to wear all that makeup because it's gonna melt off your face. But during the fall, it gets a little bit cooler and you can kind of wear a little bit more foundation without it melting off your face. So I thought that I would go ahead and show y'all some new products I've been using, and I think that this product is going to be good for most people. Yeah, so let's just jump into it. First, you need a primer, okay? Now I use the AVON Magix Face Perfector, and it has the SPF 20 in it. Now you can get this at Avon. This is like $10. It's very inexpensive, you know, compared to other primers. So right now, I don't have anything on my face other than you want to start with a moisturized face, okay? I have my eyebrows filled in, but that's about it. Now, my skin type is dry, but I tend to get very oily in my T-zone area, so it's mostly combination skin. Now, I do not have oily skin other than right here, so I don't know if this product works on oily skin, but I know it will work for combination and dry skin. Now, I put primer all over my face, but I just use just a little bit. So I concentrate it mostly in this area because this area tends to get oily quick. And then I feather a bit out onto my cheek area, my other cheek area, and also my forehead. So, you have your primer on. You want to let that primer set for a good 5 minutes or so. So, I'm going to come back once the primer has sat for a while, and then I will tell you the next step to the foundation process. Next, you need your foundation. I'm going to be using the IMAN. It's the stick foundation, and my color is Earth 3. Now, I really prefer this foundation over the MAC Select SPF, and I'm going to explain to you why. For one, it's cheaper. This is about 14 bucks at most. And this color matches my skin tone much better than my MAC Select SPF 15. This has a yellow undertone to it. As you can see, my skin has a yellow undertone. This has a red undertone to it. So it's like changing my skin tone color. And I don't really like that because my skin tone has yellow undertones. But MAC doesn't have a color for NC that's dark enough to fit on my skin. So I have to go to an NW when I'm not an NW. So I really enjoy this foundation because it doesn't change my undertone color, because my undertone color is yellow. So yeah, basically what you need, this is a full coverage foundation, and obviously I don't need full coverage because basically I'm just trying to even out my skin tone. I don't really have too many blemishes that I need to cover. I just need to cover up the dark areas on my face and even out my skin tone. So if that is what you need as well, go ahead and follow these steps. But if you need a more full coverage foundation, use this, but don't blend as much as I do, because this is full coverage. I'm blending it out to make it more light to medium coverage. Okay? So, let me move my hair back. And basically, I use just 2 strokes on my cheek area, and I really blend this out. you want this to just melt into your skin basically. And it finishes matte, which I love. So blend it out completely, okay? And we're going to do the same thing on the other cheek. And then blend it out completely. And I'm just using a foundation brush from Echo Tools. You can use whatever foundation brush you have. So whether you have the MAC 190 or this Echo Tools brush or any other brush you have. Okay. Now, I have a dark area right here because I suffer from eczema. So I put a little bit more in this area, but if you don't have that problem, don't worry about doing this. And then I blend it out. Okay. And then I put just a tad bit down here and blend it. Make sure you really blend around your mouth area, because you don't want to make it look weird around here, you know? All caked. You want it to look blended. Okay. Now, all we have that's left is the nose and the forehead. And my nose and forehead, it doesn't really need that much, so I just do one stroke down the nose and blend it. Sorry, my nose ring is coming out. And really get around those corners. Okay? And then we're going to do one stroke on the forehead, just like that. And blend it out. Now I already have my eyebrows done, so I'm trying to go around my eyebrows. Now you're probably wondering, am I going to put this on my eye area? No, I am not going to put this on my eye area. I'm going to use something else. Okay. So, I'm going to be using the same concealer as I've been using this whole time. I forgot to grab my concealer, so let me grab it. So I'm sticking with it. It's the MAC Select Cover Up Concealer, and the color is NW47. Now I'm using this mostly on my eye area, so it's very good idea to use an NW color or a red undertone for your eye area to equalize out those dark areas. So I take just that much on the back of my hand, and I use my fingers. Your fingers are your best tool for this. And I just dot it underneath my eye area, and I blend it out with my finger. But you basically just want to dot it all over to keep that color on there. If you're wondering what that sound is in the back, I have my tweet deck on. I should have turned it off, and I'm very sorry for that. Hopefully it's not too annoying. And then you do the same on the other side. Remember that concealer is buildable, so if you need to go back and add concealer, by all means do it. Now I know I used to apply concealer before foundation, but I found that it looks a lot better if you do it after foundation. Okay, and I'm going to apply concealer on that dark spot. Just dab it on and blend it into the skin. Let it melt into the skin. Just like so. And then I'm going to use concealer above my eye as well. I'm getting a little bit more because I have discoloration on my lid area. It's a lot darker. So just concentrate the color here if you also have dark eyelids. Just pat it in. Let it sit for a bit, and then you blend it upward. Now this can also be used as a primer for your eyeshadow. I normally still use either Urban Decay Primer Potion or Benefit All About Eyes. But if you want to just use concealer, by all means you can. Just set it with a translucent powder so it's easier to blend. Okay, so that is the foundation and the concealer. Let me wipe my hands. And you have one thing left to do, and that is to set everything. And I set everything with a mineralized skin finish. This is the Deep Dark from MAC. I'm going to use my stippling brush because it applies just a little bit of powder to the area. I know this is what I used to use to stipple on my foundation, but I love this for powder. And just blend everything out. I found that with this foundation, using a powder brush is way too much coverage. My phone's going off. Don't call me. Okay, I'll have to answer that later. Okay, and I also put a little bit on my neck area, just to make the transition better. But barely anything is on that brush, so. Okay. And that's it for foundation and concealer and setting it. If you have any questions about the products I use, please leave the comments below, and I will talk to you all later. Bye!